There are many people who are terrified of this happening to them during their sleep. The best way to describe it is an evil spirit manifesting in the room of its unconscious victims and proceeding to have its way with them. Victims say that it is impossible to imagine the fear and feeling of complete loss of control during one of these episodes, only to have to relive the entire thing again when reviewing the captured footage. There are many people who are terrified of this happening to them during their sleep. The best way to describe it is an evil spirit manifesting in the room of its unconscious victims and proceeding to have its way with them. Victims say that it is impossible to imagine the fear and feeling of complete loss of control during one of these episodes, only to have to relive the entire thing again when reviewing the captured footage.
What is that? That person. Hey!
Okay, so this is a very slowed down screen recording I took, and I know everybody is trying to find the aliens in front of these guys, but I noticed something insane, and I want everybody, my two friends who will watch this, to take a look down, pay attention to two areas. We're going to look down here on the bottom right behind their fence and right up there, but we're going to first start down here because I found something crazy. Okay, so I want you to pay attention to what I believe is the creepiest part of this video. And I'm going to point out two things you need to pay attention to right here, which is the head. And if you look really close, there's actually a shiny black eye. And what you will see in about a minute is a hand. That, I believe, is some creature, non-human, crouching down. And that was its eye I just pointed at. And I want you to pay attention to what appear to be fingers running up the fence, as if it's kneeling down or something and peering out. And then there you go. See the fingers? And I think I go back and forth a couple times here, but it looks to me like there's a little other or a big creature looking through the fence on the bottom there, crouched down. I mean, maybe I'm wrong, but you tell me. And then there's his fingers going right up and down, up and down. Just looks like almost a human hand crawling up the fence, and at the very beginning you see an eye, and I think right here I show you the fingers. This is my really poor attempt at drawing over the fingers, but you get it. So what's really interesting about this is it is happening next to them and kind of in front of them, but behind a fence. Yeah, the fingers are really crazy. So I think I'm going to show it one more time, and then I zoom out, and I'll show you what even made me realize this was here. So, okay, so see how many different times of looking. So what I noticed was if you look at the top right, look at the top right now, there's actually a shadow figure. It almost looks like it's a dense, shadowy figure comes into frame. If you're looking right, at the three fence posts, if you're looking at the top right of them, you're actually going to see something that looks like a shadow figure that has density, and it's only there for about a minute. And when it walks in the frame, I think I'm just going to highlight it right here. I was doing the best I could on my phone. I noticed there was movement below it, so I don't know if maybe whatever creature was projecting a shadow up above it or something. But see, there's the eye and the hands, but it also looks like there's another aspect to it, which is that shadow that you can clearly see walking. I know everybody's looking for the alien in front of them, but there's one hiding next to them.
SEGMENT1, HAUNTEDHOUSAS. Our first encounter takes us to a haunted house in the countryside. Watch closely as the camera captures unexplained shadows darting across the walls and eerie whispers echoing through the halls. Could these be the restless spirits of former residents, still lingering in the afterlife? SEGMENT2, a BANDONEDASYLUMS. Next up, we explore the chilling corridors of an abandoned asylum. Keep your eyes peeled as the camera captures ghostly apparitions wandering aimlessly through the decaying hallways. Are these lost souls trapped within the asylum's walls, doomed to roam for eternity? SEGMENT3, GRAVEYARDENCO.
Что случилось с ними? Что за хуйня? Бля, сам в шоке. Че, весь город свет вырубило, да, только что? Что за хуйня?
Tak tahu. Tak dapur lah. Tak. Tak tahu.
Benito se cagó ahorita. Cuando vio, yo le dije todavía, el que viene allá es humano, le dije yo. Aquellos que ven allá son humanos, ¿ves? Son humanos. Eran humanos. No eran humanos, no eran humanos. La verga. Desaparecieron así, desapareció. Desaparecieron, vieron que desaparecieron así. Dos niños eran. Vienen conmigo.
We can take a video and look at whether or not there is an artificial artifact added to it or not. And in this case, we can definitively say, to a degree of scientific certainty, that this entity, this thing in the video is there in the physical reality in which the Kenmore family is also there. Like, this is so critical because you can clearly see through the slots in the fence that there is a leg motion moving from the right to the left side of the screen. And clearly it is behind there. So this isn't just like a head floating in space. This is a head of that is somehow that does not have full opacity, that the opacity of the head of the shadow is only at about 33% opacity versus a normal shadow, which would be at 100% opacity, or an object in the screen, which is at 100%. And this isn't anything that you did. It's just what you were able to determine, that this shadow being, or this being in the shadows, possibly creating its own shadow or smoky filter or cloaking technique, is not only cloaking itself from the people there, but cloaking itself from the camera itself, in that it's minimizing our ability to identify pixels inside of that shadow.